Guess I should get the camera reading to see my hands. That'd be nice. Mailman's here. Let's see about that. All right. What's up, everybody? I just want to talk to you a little bit about what's best: economy picking, hybrid picking, alternate picking, speed picking. There's a definite answer to that. And the answer is none of them is better than the other, of course. So just before I start, I really should get into it in a second. I'm going to be down a half step in basically standard, D sharp standard, E flat standard, whatever you want to talk about. And I will be using, for this purposes, a Jazz 3 Ultex, the ultra large version. So really what it comes down to is it's like a situational thing, depending on what you want to do, what music you want to play, and what you want to write. So, for instance, a lot of the licks I want to play and I want to hear happen to be in kind of like odd groupings. So sometimes I can do fives with alternate picking. An example of that would be here's cascading fives. That kind of thing, right? Or I can do another type of cascading fives where I use economy picking across the string. So here I'm going to be going down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up. Oh, sorry. Down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, up, down. All right, so it's like that. In other words, here we go. Okay, one more time. Down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down. So down, up, down, up, down, down. Down, up, down, up, down, down. All right, and there's a case where I'm doing the same kind of cascading five in a slightly different pattern, but I mean, now I'm using economy picking to do it. And then just quickly to come back before I get back into alternate picking and economy picking and all that. The other one, of course, is just hybrid picking. And that's just really helpful for hitting string crossings that are more than one string. Of course, you could always do a Jason string kind of thing. Anytime you have a kind of string skipping thing, especially if it's a one note pattern, and you just got to grab that one note. Very difficult to do with the pick. So I'll use my middle finger in that situation. Grab that note and save that travel. Now I can work it out with the pick. But if I can use the finger there, why not? It's just a rest in there, and you're guaranteed to get the note anyways. With the pick, it's a little bit of, there's some error chance. The chance of error is a little higher. So. Those are those three patterns, especially the ones doing these string skipping. So one of the things really interesting for me is the actually ascending sixths, alternating. Will always feel odd to me. At a slightly kind of in between tempo. Faster, you have no chance. There's no choice. But if you want to pick everything, I have to do it all. I have to do it all alternate picking because I can't economy pick that fast. But if I'm going to do something kind of in that in between speed, I'm actually going to use economy picking there because it feels better. get slightly cleaner, and so I'm just going to be doing down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. Now, and there's in the instances where I'm actually going to combine these things, I might turn in. Just depends on how I want to handle the ascending sixes that are going to ensue from what's about to happen. So I really like this pattern because it sounds like it goes da 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 and then starts over da 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 da, like as opposed to. I don't know, it's kind of over and over, but I do. To me, it just sounds more melodic, and so I'm going to handle it. But again, doing those, starting those sixes on an upstring. So sometimes I will go through, start off on a economy pattern, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. It really just depends on the tempo. So yes, I worked on all three. I think the one that was probably the hardest for me was alternate picking. That's what takes the longest. That's the one you really got to work out. And once you can get past that mental leap of the inside-outside picking task, like it just, you quit worrying about the strings and you're able to go over them kind of freely like that. But that's really just kind of wanted to chime in about that. And I know that some people kind of champion one or the other, but I really do think you need to kind of work on all three, and it will help your solos. It will help your writing, and just slowly kind of, it's really good for breaking up patterns and things like that. So you'll see me using on these blues scales. Just to get a little extra mileage, just to get through the strings, I like to do the down, 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 double down thing, and that is kind of Eric Johnson. And then you'll see me mix it in with those other patterns like that. So really, I think when it comes down to it, yeah, alternate picking takes the cake in terms of how long it takes to practice, but just a little bit every day. And then when I write my solos, it just becomes a situational thing. So for instance, I have this lick that goes, I just like the way this sounds. It's kind of got this odd and sort of abrupt, and sort of bounces around that tone. And it works very well. To do that without putting in the economy aspect of it would be really difficult, but it's a cool lick. And then the other thing is that sometimes with the economy or with alternate picking, you end up doing upstrokes. It is hard to get the harmonics on those upstrokes, but you can do it if you just practice it a little bit. So that's really all I was wanted to say about that. Economy picking, do I do it backwards like not really. I've never actually written a solo where I find myself doing it backwards, but I do practice the up, 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 up thing, and it's just good to do. And another place where economy, with arpeggios, of course, and sweep arpeggios are a type of economy picking. Those are fun to practice as well. But specifically, you can put them in like on the pentatonic scale. Just quickly do and push across and put in those little quick 3-note per string scales like that. So anyways, unfortunately, I can't see the chat on my phone. My computer is just, no, it's down. So It's working, but it's just not computing. It's old, and I'm been blessed that it's worked for this long. But anyways, I will be back tomorrow morning talking about more songwriting and just doing a songwriting hangout and how that went. And that's what I'm going to see if I can't possibly pull up. It might let me do it, it might not, and then I'll play through some stuff. But yeah, economy picking and all that stuff, you just get used to it and just making it a part of your thing, and then after a while you can quit thinking about it. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see if it's going to let me do this. So those are going to try to do a bit of a songwriting hangout. That's what happened. Just in a little rhythm. So I'm trying to just come up with other riffs for this. I think I was listening to Iron Maiden. I wrote this out on the track. So what I'm doing right now is kind of improvising through this, but right here I just wanted to show for a second. That's actually a hybrid lick right there, so I'm going to do at the same time. That way I won't have to waste up. And then I'm like, when we're doing that, if you want to go back and watch this video, I started doing that. I'm not really thinking about it. And this is just one of the advantages of when you start to do economy picking and hybrid picking and start to feel good. It really does come naturally and lets you write some stuff. All right, so actually, I want to take this a little faster. Throw a hell yes in the chat if you want me to take this at 180. I can't see the chat. Tempo, this is something that I will typically do, is just kind of figure out where's the 16th note speed, where's the triplet speed, so I can kind of get in and out of like transition. Kind of helpful. All right, so let's see where we're at. Let's go back. All right, I've kind of got two main sections of this. What I really need to do is come up with the third, and then hope my equipment will work down the road, and I can record it and probably leave it up as a backing track on YouTube. I'm not really in love with this idea. I just, as a matter of songwriting, I'm working it out. that'll work. I kind of like that. Let me do some Lydian stuff in A. So there's a really good example of just kind of screwing around, launching those triplets. I'm going to use hybrid, or I'm going to use economy picking right there. Really stick those triplets. And then it's going to go into, what are those, 16ths or 32nds? And that'll go straight into alternate picking. And then every now and again, if I have a high note, I will grab it with this finger, but it's rare that I use stuff like that. All right, cool. So I think I'll just land on the Lydian idea and let it go, and then hopefully I can put some drum tracks together. But just in watching me play, and because I don't want to, how do I say this? I'm a self-taught guitarist. So what I'm showing you is how I know how to do things in such a way that will keep you from getting injured, and you can practice these things and just make sure whenever you do this stuff, you're just relaxed. You can see there's no tension in my playing because I worked at it. And so I feel confident telling you that if you practice and play like I do and stay relaxed, that you're not going to get hurt, because I've been at this for several years now, and my hands have never really felt better. So I'm just saying, that's kind of really my point. My point here is that this isn't necessarily the way things are done. It's just a way to do them. And so, anyways, thanks for hanging. That was fun. I'll be back tomorrow morning with some more songwriting, because that's what I like to do, songwriting in the morning, do technique stuff in the afternoon when I'm blessed enough to have the time to play, and which is a lot these days. So I'm extremely lucky that way. Anyways, see you guys later. Always be excellent to each other, and party on.